Okay, today we have an interesting subject, although a sad subject. The Musée History Gulag, or the Gulag History Museum. This was a door for the maximum security prison for the insane people, the invalids. So it says here that they basically shut down all the Orthodox monasteries and they turned them into prison camps. And they used these to take hostages. They would take Russian aristocracy, scientists, politicians, and they would use them as hostages just in case somebody decided to uprise against the powers. So this is a map of all of the canals that they built during the Gulag period because Moscow was unable to access some of these seas. They built these canals that connected to rivers, that connected all the way up to the White Sea, over to the Gulf of Finland, all the way down here to the Black Sea as well. 700,000 people were shot. These are all bullet casings down here. This museum has just hundreds of these little corners about particular inmates and their possessions and their letters, and I thought it was all in Russian, but you can actually turn this around and it has it all in English as well. The forced labor and how it was the primary force of economic growth in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s for the Soviet Union. It says the prisoners built not only roads, canals, dams, but they built entire cities. So this is a section about Alexander Solzhenitsyn. You can see this is his book, Archipelago Gulag, or the Gulag Archipelago. He was the one that really blew the lid off of the Gulag system and kind of brought an end to the Soviet Union. So all of these are the grave sites that they discovered later, decades later, after what was called the Great Terror, where they executed 700,000 people. And a lot of them were discovered by accident, maybe in the 80s. And the authorities at that time were doing everything that they could to cover up the evidence of the mass killings. This says 20 million people were put through the camps. This is the Great Terror, 1937, 1938. 700,000 people were killed in that year. 1.2 million people served in World War II. 2 million people died in the camps. After the camps were starting to close in 1953, about 6,600,000 people were rehabilitated. The simple step of a courageous individual is to not partake in a lie. One word of truth outweighs the whole world. Alexander Solzhenitsyn.